Global texture is the new phenomenon, and we're here today to give you a glimpse of what hair color means to the global texture industry. And with us today, we have a very special partner of ours that we're going to introduce, and we're going to continue on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage to join us briefly, none other than the man himself from CNBC, The Prophet. Put your hands together for Marcus Lemonis. Hey, we're gonna play some jumping music a little bit later, so Marcus and I can dance together. That's kind of a signature mark. Marcus, why is it so important for people to understand that the industry is changing and they must stay on point with the industry itself?
Well, I think it's more the community is changing more than the industry is changing. And when you look at Taylor's video, it shows you that inclusion isn't just a buzzword. We recognize that the whole demographic of the marketplace has changed. And if we're not addressing hairs like mine, you laugh, but...
Well, I have more hair than you. That's probably why I laugh. I just have a little bit more.
But in all seriousness, part of the reason that I made the investment into Ashtae is because I always struggle with my own hair. I have very thick and coarse hair. And I could never find the right products. And when I met Ramona and Michael, it showed me that you don't have to be African American. You don't have to be Hispanic. I'm Middle Eastern. And for me, finding a hair care product that actually worked for me without me feeling like I'm buying something with a stereotype on it was important.
Now, for the stylists who are out here also looking to grow their business, how important is it for them to look at their business through kind of a broader lens because the community is changing?
When you think about how competitive the landscape is today, I think you have to really focus on the fact that the hair care products, the retail products, are a stream of revenue that you have to have. Wow. And more importantly, you have to have margin associated with it. But if you're not going to incentivize your staff or invest in the product, you're going to end up with nothing.
Wow, so looking at a product line such as Ashtae gives you those margins that you desire so that when you have that cushion to do the things that you desire.
Well, let's be a little simpler than that.
Okay,
right?
Go ahead.
So when I first visited Ashtae, I was not happy with the way they were wholesaling product to retailers. I didn't feel like they were giving the salons that they were invested in enough margin. And what we changed in the model is we cut out a lot of expense at the company, including Michael. Nobody thought that was funny. Ramona, that's what you told me to say, right? No. We cut out a lot of expense at the company so that we can actually change the pricing model to the retailers. And it was important for me that the retailers make more money than Ashtae on a single product, and that Ashtae make it up on volume.
Now Marcus really flipped that, because on the other end, we were saying, hold on, we need these margins. He said, no, let's look out for the end person. So let's look out for the person who's in the salon selling the product, people who are talking about the product.
Especially when they have to be competitive with other retailers who may be selling the product in a different way, with bigger buying power. We want to protect those individual retailers. I think that's important.
What I like so much about the relationship is that what Marcus does for Ashtae products is he brings a different angle to the company. He brings something that says, look at it this way instead of that way. So as we begin to change the actual look and feel of Ashtae, what you all are experiencing now with our brand is a transition. We're doing a lot of corporate training. So a lot of the major chains and major salons are coming to Ashtae because they see this change that's taking place. And a lot of that is due to what we've been able to just kind of go back and forth with Marcus and Ramona, looking at the company and saying, what can we do differently?
Wasn't it just putting Ramona in charge?
Yeah, Ramona's in charge. That was number one. That was number one. She's in charge. We just kind of, we work for her. So that's why we're up here. And she's saying, hey, don't y'all act up today. But this is good.
So I think there was a couple of things that we want to think about differently. One, how are you merchandising the product at your stores? What does the packaging look like? How are you incentivizing your staff to sell it? How are you controlling your inventory? And do you have a vendor partner that wants to educate instead of just put their hand out all the time? And I think one of the challenges that I had with the hair care industry from the production standpoint is I felt like vendors were just, buy my product, give me money, I don't care if it sells, buy my product. And we really wanted to get down into training and putting on classes and really having people make the decision once they're educated, not hard sell them up front like you like to do?
I like the hard sell. I like to turn that arm and bend them over and say, hey, get out and buy it. But I've learned the softer side now. I've learned now that the hair and the products that we sell are really only effective if you have them in your salon to retail. That's why it's so important to go with a brand such as Ashtae, because it's a brand that really cares about the end user, about you and your client. So when you stop by our booth 3001 and you buy Ashtae, you can now begin to see, wow, I'm making money for this product. I don't have to work as hard because the manufacturer and the company's on our side. And that's due a lot to what Marcus and Ramona and I have discussed, was how do we make a brand that the people make money, that the people will be able to make the profit, the margin. Make more money, that's absolutely. Make more money than before. So Marcus Lemonis has brought, he's brought a lot of insight to our brand that we didn't really look at. So it's been a great relationship with us, and we're still growing. We encourage you all to join us on this journey because it's important for you to be the beneficiaries of all of this extra money that now can go into your hands.
But this extra money we keep hearing about only happens if you execute. Right? It's not, you're not just going to put the product on the shelf and then all of a sudden magic's going to happen. It's not how it works. You have to be committed to training. You have to be committed to education. You have to be committed to incentivizing your staff. You're just putting product on the shelf isn't going to change anything.